Okay, so what we're going to try and do is take this component off the board. We'll just get that there. You can see the board's been liquid damaged. That's flux on the pins, by the way. And the SSD just is not making good contact with the connector. Doesn't matter how much I clean it, so we're going to try and take it off and replace it with a new one. A happy new M.2 connector, as we call it. I'm going to add some leaded solder first. Try and make it a bit easy to get the thing off. Okay, on this side. Now I'm going to have to be very careful using heat on this, so what I'm going to do is put this thing, which is an RF modulator off an Atari, and I'm going to use this as an enormous heat sink so that I don't melt these connectors nearby. That's very important. Alright, I'll push that on there. Hopefully this is going to work. It's gradually coming off. Okay, so that's off the board. We want to focus. There we go. And there is a tremendous amount of old spilled drink on the board underneath. So hopefully, now the new connector, I notice this one's got little alignment pegs. Hopefully this one has them too. That would be nice. Let's have a look. There's our new connector. And it does. That's excellent news. So we'll just pop that to one side and try and clean up this mess. So the story with this laptop is that as you can see, there was some liquid damage on this area of the board here. Just move this along a little bit. Some liquid damage on this area of the board, which mostly cleaned up okay. I think there was some liquid on the RAM slot as well, but it seemed to clean up okay. The SSD was ruined, so we installed a new one, this one here. So we installed that and replaced the RAM, and it worked, but it would, if I pre-installed Windows on that SSD on another machine, an identical machine, it worked. But for some reason, Windows, actually installing Windows directly on this machine, wouldn't work. So obviously I wasn't happy with it, and I figured it was, well, I'm hoping it's because of all the dirt on the connector contacts. That's about the only thing I can think of at this point. And if it isn't that, then we're just going to have to probably admit defeat. But hopefully it is. I just hope there's no damage to the pads themselves. But this brown stuff, I don't think it's all old flux. I think it's actually the Coca-Cola that's spilled on the board. So let's clean that with a little bit of, in fact I think we'll use acetone on this, because I want it to be really, really clean. Let's see how clean we can get this connector, these pads rather. I'm really pleased to see that it's got alignment holes on the board. That's good, because I wasn't really looking forward to aligning this connector, I have to say. Looks pretty good. Look at this. All this brown crap. Not particularly happy with those capacitors either, a bit of a mess. Let's have a look at them. We'll take the opportunity to touch them up while we're here. That's probably a good idea. Okay, so I think that looks appreciably better. So I think we can now go ahead and have a go putting this connector on the board. So that's going to go that way, and it sits beautifully in little alignment holes there. It's still got a little bit of play, so I want to so the anchor pins are at the back here, so you got a bit of flux on this. So see if we can do the anchor pins first. That's one of them on. Okay. Just make sure it's on straight. Looks straight to me. In fact, I'll test it by putting the SSD in and just make sure it looks roughly. That looks fine. Okay. So now we'll just go ahead and solder the rest of the pins. A really, really awkward, because of the direction the light's coming from. Okay, that's one side done, I think. As far as I can tell, I'll have a close inspection of it and take some high-res pictures later on. I think there was 4 pins on the, or 5 pins on the end. Was it 4 pins? 5 pins? 4 pins. Might have a bridge there, but I'll have a close look at it later on. Let's do the other side. Okay, that's the other side done. I'm going to focus. Maybe a couple of shorts, but I'm going to go in with the magnifier next and we'll see what's what. Alright, I'm reasonably happy with that, so let's clean it up and give it a try. Okay. Okay, put some RAM in. I won't put the battery in, I'll just use the adapter. See if we get any smoke and flames. Oh, we've got a post. That's probably good news. Well, it looks like it detects the disc. Okay, so it passed. So can we install Windows? Now, quite often it wouldn't even detect the SSD during this phase, so if it detects the SSD, then it's probably good news. Well, it shows up. This is excellent news. Okay, so it's got as far as the first reboot. It's around about this reboot phase that the thing would tend to fail. So we'll see what happens. CPU fan hasn't even come on yet. Well, the bottom of the machine's off. So we'll see. Okay, so you can restart now if you wish. So on the first restart, is it going to make it? Come on, you can do it. Come on. It's around about, yeah, either the first or second reboot that it would tend to hang and go into like a boot loop. So it would get so far through this and then it would boot loop. So come, oh, this looks good. This looks good. It never got this far before. Aha!
Hi there. I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
You can shut the f***
Little
up.
sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you...
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's rattle through this, see if we can get to the desktop. I don't know why it was so slow, but well, for God's sake. I do not need assistance. Maybe I should leave it on for a laugh.
Your region is set to United Kingdom. Is that correct?
Yeah. Or can I do this with... I wonder if I can do this with voice control.
Your keyboard is set to United Kingdom. Would you like to stick with that?
Yes! Yes!
Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
Skip!
Now, let's get you connected to a network. That way, you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible.
Very, very
How about
funny.
the first one on the list? Would you like...
Yes.
Now, type your credentials. Mission accomplished. You're all linked up. Now we have some important setting up to do. Now let's see what's new from Windows.
Oh, must we? I could really do with a sandwich. This laptop would never get to this stage before. So if we do another reboot or something, we get a desktop. I think it's fixed. And there we have a desktop. Excellent. Yeah, so that was M.2 connector replacement on the motherboard of an HP Elitebook 840 G5. So hopefully you found that one interesting. It was nice to share something that was apparently successful. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.